Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing my first ever cloth and paper intention box unboxing. This is for the month of June. As always, my 2-month-old son is joining us just off frame, so if you hear any funny noises and grunts and things like that, it's him. He's playing under his little jungle gym, so bear with me. Diving right in, this is the first time I've gotten the cloth and paper sub box, and there was one item in here that once I saw it in the Happy Hour Live, I immediately went and ordered the box because it was so cool. But let's get right into it. And starting off, we have the vegan leather dust jacket. Now, it does have a really soft feel to it. It's got this quilted texture, which it's not actually sewn quilted. It's just like manufactured that way, it feels like. But not bad. I am planning on using this for my scrapbooking paper, so I can have all my random little scraps and bits and bobs in one thing. When I go to scrapbook or pull it out in public, it's all nice and contained, because right now everything's kind of just shoved in a box. But let's get to the meat of it and see what's inside. I'm just going to go ahead and set things off frame when we're done looking at them. I think we're going to go from the top down. So starting off, we have this little package that has a bunch of goodies inside. Now we start off with the member access code. This is to get into their secret shop for members only, which I'm excited because I'm hoping they're going to post more of the Traveler Notebook inserts on there and I can stock up. Next up, we have the pop-up August calendar. It's got some raised dots and these little slits on the bottom, so you just pop it together like that. And there you go, a simple little pop-up calendar. Bless you, Henry. He's making all sorts of noises today. He's getting a lot better with his movements and his little sounds that he's making. Anyway, I could gush over him all day. And then this is the overview of everything that we are going to find in the box. I won't go in depth because we're going to see it as we go. And it looks like this is the mood board for all of the goodies that they put in here. This was their 9-year anniversary box. So they go through and picked out some of the things that they made a while ago and kind of revamped them, which is really cool to see how the company has evolved over time. And there you go, evolve, yeah. So that'll be a cute journaling card. I have the transparent label stickers. This is going to be for the dividers that come in this box. And this has a couple different categories. There's 3 sets, so let's go ahead, open this up, and take a look. So we've got a set of times. It has days of the week, calendar, schedule, next month, daily, today. Just all the different time labels. Then we have lifestyle. We've got self-care, journaling, cleaning, budget. Budget I'm going to for sure use. Shopping, family, hobbies, house, fitness, all sorts of just kind of lifestyle items. And then the essentials tab, it has task, brainstorm, overview, projects, kind of all of the more productivity focused items. This is going to be really nice because I currently do not have any labels on my dividers. I just know which is which, but this is going to be fun to go through and add some labels onto. Next we have the monthly reflection card. I am really excited for this one specifically because I feel like this is something I will use long term. And let's get the satisfaction of peeling this film off together. And it looks like the last little package in that first section is the page flags. I was really happy to see them use a blue color palette this go around, because I feel like you don't often see a blue color palette on their website. Oh, looks like one of them came a little bent. That's okay. I do really like to use these to add a little bit of flair when I'm scrapbooking, or if I'm reading a book, I would use these to flag the page. Especially now that I'm in school, I might start using these in my note sections to mark each chapter. And it's just a beautiful color palette, so you can never go wrong with some good stickers. Now we can move on to, it looks like, the pens. I am kind of boring when it comes to my pens. I use one type of Sharpie and midliners. Occasionally I'll use a Pilot, but I've been kind of moving away from the Pilot because it smudges a lot when I write. I do like how liquidy it comes out, it's really smooth, but yeah. But so there is a Pilot in here, the Pure Liquid Ink V-Ball 0.5. So let me get a piece of paper, we'll do a little test. Now I'll be honest, I am not a pen connoisseur by any means, but this pen feels fine. It goes pretty smooth, it's got a good scratch to it, and I do like how thick the point is. I will definitely be adding this into my pen bag to start playing with more. Next is the Schneider Topball 845. It's a 0.3. I did see somebody say that they can't really tell a difference between these two pens, like size-wise, from a 0.5 to a 0.3. So I'm going to check that out for myself right now. Don't mind my terrible handwriting. I could not figure out how to spell that pen as I was writing it. And I think they're right. They look very similar size-wise. So you can see from the 0.5 to the 0.3 on the bottom here, it's not much of a difference. This one does feel a bit more liquidy and not as scratchy as the Pilot. And I'm excited to test this out with my highlighters and see how it does, like with smear tests and everything. Okay, next on the top of the pile. Oh, this is why I ordered the box. I saw this and I had to have it. It, in my opinion, was worth the entire cost of the box, so all the other goodies were just extras. It just so happened I liked all the other goodies also, so that's why this is the box I really went for. Excuse me. This is the chaos of my house. We've got cats, we've got babies. Here she is, the Cloth and Paper Traveler's Notebook. It is a vegan leather. It has this kind of envelope clutch look to it with the magnetic snap closure. It's got a secretarial pocket in the front and a longer pocket in the back. This is very small. I was kind of thinking it might be a bit bigger, but that's fine. I haven't really experimented too much with like pocket-sized notebooks, so this will be a fun experimentation. And it comes with 4 notebooks, and it's got this really soft cover, which is pretty nice. And it's got that same color palette like we saw on the page flags. So we've got the dot grid, the executive, the task planner, and the monthly admin. This monthly admin could be used for quite some time, it looks like, because each page is the same. It's got blank calendar, important dates, notes, and tasks, and there's a lot. So this could possibly be used for like a year and a half, 2 years. I would have to count how many pages, but it's definitely more than 12. The task planner is just kind of a simple lined layout with a column on the side that's blank. And then we've got the executive. This one you can put down the day, month, date, subject, and then whatever you want to fill in the space here. This one also has quite a few pages, so this could be used for a while. And then just a simple dot grid. Now what I am planning on using this for is for my garden journal. So I've been thinking about this ever since I ordered the box. I want to track my garden throughout the years so that each year I can put seeds out sooner, put seeds out later, like do succession sowing and stuff like that. So that's why this is going to be really handy, especially this monthly admin, because I want to put what days I'm planting, what days I'm seeing the seedling pop up, what day I'm harvesting, all that stuff. I also want to track the weather. I want to do like, I was thinking in this one, I can do like notes on what I'm noticing, like, you know, let's say I go out there and the green beans are sprouting on this day and the tomatoes dying back on this day. I will have that reference for next year, and so I know like, okay, I need to adjust my planting schedule a little bit to make up for these changes. I'm not sure yet, but I might be using the dot grid to do like a plant identification summary kind of thing where I can write, you know, the type of plant, the species, when I planted it, what I thought of the fruit it produced, how productive it was, how it did in my climate, all those things. There's so much that goes into gardening. So I thought this will be really fun to play around with. And because it's so small, it'll be easy to just like bring outside with me and jot down notes really quickly. And it's not too intimidating to where I have to fill out the entire space. I do kind of wish it was like a hair bigger, but I'm an A5 girly. I have big handwriting, and so I usually like bigger notebooks. But that's why this box is fun, because I get to try new things. And this feels really quality, and I'm super excited to set this up for my garden journal. Next, we have the dashboard, the Sanguine, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I make all of my own dashboards in my planner. So this will be my first time having a dashboard from a company. It does have this nice translucent vibe to it. I believe this is called Vellum. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it definitely feels about as sturdy, or actually, it's not as sturdy as the cardstock that I use for my dashboards, but it's gonna be fun to play around with. That's the whole point of these boxes, I feel like, is to get a little collection of goodies that you might not usually get on your own, so you can play around with them. And then this is the other dashboard that's a bit more heavy duty. And this is the elegance is not standing out but being remembered, which is a cool quote. I really like this, from Giorgio Armani. Fancy. So this is really cool. I am definitely going to put this in one of the sections of my planner. I'm not sure which one yet, but maybe I'll put it in with like my budget section or something like that. Something where I need like a little motivation. So this will be fun to play around with, and I do really like the texture on it, and the paper itself has a really nice textured, scratchy feel. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. So these are kind of like just little bonuses. They're not the main reason I wanted this box. This was another thing that I thought really made the box worth its price, which is the dividers. This, honestly, these items are the big ticket items that made the box, but like these two, for me, made it worth the cost of the box. I really love that they do previews beforehand so you can decide if it's a box you want to get or not. And yeah, that's honestly what sold me on this one. And so these are the like gray frosted dividers that will go with those labels that we got also. And dividers are so lovely. Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things that you can never have too many of, is sections. Especially for me, I like having things sectioned out. It just helps my brain. So this is going to be going into not my main binder, but I am starting a recipe binder. So I thought this would be really fun to put in my recipe binder to separate, you know, breakfasts, dinners, sides, soups, desserts, whatever, you know, just to make it a little bit more cohesive. Now, obviously, the labels that we got in this box do not have those items on it. It doesn't have a breakfast label and stuff like that, but I can make myself a dashboard to go behind this to create the sections, and I'll use those labels in my main binder. So this is it for the Cloth and Paper June Intention box. This, in my opinion, was the box to get so far. I've always kind of kept an eye on their Instagram and their Happy Hour Live, and none of the previous boxes have really sparked that joy with me that I was looking for to justify spending the amount of money on this box, because it is expensive. Yeah, you can do a little bit of a discount when you order for a couple months, but then you're committed to boxes that you may or may not like, or you've already spent the money and that's that. I for sure will be keeping an eye on their happy hours and Instagram for the next boxes. I already saw they released the next box is going to be Bibliophile, which I love, but I haven't seen anything that really sparks joy. Like this one, the Traveler's Notebook, Dividers, and Dust Bag, I was so stoked on those that I had to get this box. Mainly the Traveler's Notebook. I thought that was so cool. So jury's out on if I'll get the next one or not. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!